Hello my friends, I am G Hondo and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD. This is episode 13. In episode 12 we went ahead and did a bit of work on our passenger mission here to speed things up greatly because I had noticed it was really crawling, doing nothing more than just some helicopters out to these oil rigs. So we went ahead and hooked up this airport to one of my other airports on the other side of the map, and we're now actually getting a decent amount of passenger traffic and coincidentally some mail traffic too, although that doesn't count for the mission, but it's just free money. The other thing you may notice is I finally have the actual sounds working in the game. I would like to pretend that that is in fact something I did. Did something fancy with microphone settings in the recording software, but the reality is it's not quite so difficult. What had actually happened is I had forgotten that I had disabled the sound, and that's all that was wrong with it. So I feel like an idiot, but anyway, we'll move on from there. So now you'll hear not only me, but you'll also get to hear the in-game sounds. So when I zoom in, say on a vehicle, if we can find one here real quick, maybe, yeah, this little vehicle here, we'll actually be able, when it's rolling, to hear it. And you'll hear the clicks when I click on something, and the little ka-ching when we make money, that sort of thing. So we actually have some sounds now, which is nice. And we get the little ticker noise down there when new stuff is being built or things are changing. So that's all very good. So again, at this point, we're just waiting for some of these missions to complete. It looks like they're all pretty close together in terms of percentages, so I suspect we'll have quite a few that will all finish at about the same time. And that's okay. Now I'm noticing this, which I don't like. You're going way out here to turn around. Let's quickly fix that, because that is no good. There we go. So now that can turn around just like that instead of having to come up and back down and over. Just little efficiencies like that, that always helps. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put the speed up a bit. And see if we can't get some of these missions to flow through here for us. And that way we can actually get some new missions going. Hey, a new aircraft. Good capacity, even has a lot of mail capacity. That's good. I don't think it's enough to update our current planes with, but when they reach their end of life, maybe we'll upgrade them. In the meantime, oh, there's that tanker we had access to early, and we're not going to likely use, because I really don't like the ships. So, alright, let's see. Anything else is happening here? Yeah, these are all making pretty slow progress, so I don't think there's any real way I can speed it up other than just running the game at higher speed, so. I don't know when I could see this one really. Oh, that's a very long way, that's why. And this oil is not doing so well. Huh, okay. I wonder if maybe we could find another source of oil somewhere near here that we could help speed it along. Well, there are some rigs nearby to the destination, because the destination is just here. I'm pretty sure there isn't an aircraft available that can actually haul oil. We'll check real quick. No, there isn't. So it will have to be by boat. And then I'll have to either dig a long canal here or build a, intermediary, maybe a little truck depot or something, just to haul goods back and forth. I don't really like either of those solutions, but it certainly would be helpful to get a drastic increase in the amount of oil we can flow here, so I think we're going to go ahead and do this. Alright, let's see if we can't get flatland required. Interesting. I think I'm doing this wrong somehow. Just not entirely sure what I'm doing wrong. It's been a while since I've tried to do this, as you can probably guess. What I usually end up doing is just getting frustrated, and I just pay to landscape a chunk of the actual terrain out, which is obviously quite expensive, but we have $500,000 there. But we have lots, so it's okay. We'll give the timer a bit of time to recognize that I've made a change. I'll probably have to dig a couple times here before it goes all the way down to sea level. And once it's at sea level, you'll see it automatically will fill the water in. It takes a lot longer than I would think. I wouldn't think it would take a couple days for the ocean to flow in like that, but that's okay. We're not in a big hurry. Looks like that should be sufficient. Oh, there's a passenger boat, a hovercraft, which actually has a decent speed, which actually makes passenger traffic by boat viable again. I'm not sure I'm going to bother at this point, but perhaps at some point, if we get a passenger mission near a coast or near a big lake or something, then we might just do that. But for now, let's go ahead and build a ship dock. And yes, it is accepting oil. Perfect. And then we'll need a depot somewhere out here. Doesn't terribly matter where. That'll do. And let's go ahead and we can use one of those new super large oil tankers that we just got. They're only slightly more expensive, but they sail a lot faster with a higher capacity. So we'll use one of those. And this is going to be oil to Brondingse Bridge. Fantastic. And we'll go from this depot to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have it sail to both of these, just picking up what it can, not doing full loads, and then just dropping off. And I think that will work out just fine. Maintenance is optional, so I'm going to set not to do full loads, and we'll let that go. Yeah, it's still pretty slow, but it's about approximately twice as fast as the other tanker we have, so it's not too bad. So this first trip, it won't do anything, it's just going to pop in and activate, as per usual. Yep, and now oil will be waiting. I figure by the time it sails between and does this big triangle, by the time it gets back out to the oil fields, they should have a fair bit waiting. So I think it'll work out well. And good news so far, the AI hasn't crashed like it did yesterday, so hopefully that isn't a thing. Yeah, definitely lots there. Oh, okay, yeah, this will be totally fine. This thing will be approximately half full by the time it pops in, and by the time it then gets over to this oil field, it should be enough to either fill it completely or close enough. Yeah, close enough, I would say. Oh, thank you for that. Right as we get there. Yeah, so it's not quite full, but I'd say that's close enough. And having this extra $300,000 will really speed up this second mission here, which would be really nice. Pop in, unload all that. So this actually should make a decent amount of money. I know oil's not worth a whole lot, but it should make a decent amount just by the sheer volume. Yeah, that's decent. And once this updates, that should go up quite a bit as well. Just going to give that some time to actually catch up to us. There we go. That was 5% all by itself, so this little boat will really help speed this along. So that is excellent for us. And yeah, it was weird doing this by landscaping. I'm sure it's just that I'm doing something wrong. It's been a long time since I actually used the canals and the aqueducts. I'm sure it's actually quite simple to use, and I'm just being an idiot again and just not understanding it. But I don't want to spend a lot of time on camera fighting with it while you guys are watching, because that's kind of boring. We're here to watch the ships sail around, the trains run around, and do some missions. We're not here to watch Greg philandering around trying to make some kind of aqueduct or canal system work. So that will be fine. Let's go ahead and speed up again a bit. There's that plane we were given access to early. So obviously this train is still going, and it only does about 1% of the trip, maybe even not even a full percent, maybe more like a fraction of a percent. But this one's doing about 5% per trip, so we're going to be okay. And it's highly unusual for me to actually sit and watch a boat, because like I say, I normally don't use boats. Maybe in the later time periods where there's better boats, then it's okay. And that hovercraft we just saw earlier might be okay as well, because that actually has a decent speed. So, if we wanted to get really crazy, that one where we're using helicopters to bring passengers to the oil rigs, we actually could just take the helicopters out or just supplement them with a hovercraft as well, but I'm not going to bother doing that at this point. I think adding that air traffic plane from the other airport was plenty sufficient for what we're doing, so we should be good there. I don't foresee that being a problem. So as expensive as the boat was to initially buy, it's paying for itself pretty quickly. 4 or 5 more trips and it's paid for itself completely, so that's very good. And again, it's not even because oil's worth a huge amount, it's just the sheer volume that it hauls. It makes it end up being worthwhile. Excellent. Its reliability is really dropping. It probably really should be popping in for maintenance soon. I guess it thinks it only needs to maintain once a year, which strikes me as a little bit low, but who knows? Oh, it actually got completely full, and there's a tiny bit left over, so one boat is not quite enough. It's certainly not necessary to put a second boat on. It's not that much overflowing, but it does mean we're doing full trips now, just not just 95% full trips, so which is nice. I'd really like to see one of these missions complete, because it's been a couple episodes since we've actually got a new mission. And the last mission we got, I think we ended up getting one that was just a replacement mission, one that we'd already done. So it's been a while since we've had to put in new infrastructure for a mission. I'd kind of like to get another one of those going if we could. No, I think we'll be able to get this oil mission done today without too much trouble. So that's very, very nearly done. 2 more boat trips, I think will do it. And you may notice I keep speeding up and slowing down the game. I'm just keeping an eye on my computer's CPU stats. It does look like when the game is on high speed, my computer's just not quite capable of keeping up, and I don't want to risk damaging the quality of the video. So I just slow it down every once in a while, let the CPU catch up, and we'll be okay. So I'm not sure why my CPU can't keep up. It really should be able to, so maybe I have some settings wrong somewhere still. Either in the recorder or in the game, I'm not sure. But either way, I'm keeping an eye on it, so we should be okay. Really? That got that close to the maintenance and then we failed. Okay. Alright, so either 2 more trains or 1 more boat and this mission will complete. And that is fantastic. Like I say, hopefully we get an actual new mission, not one that we've already done. That would be good. I'd like to be able to put in some new infrastructure. Come on, little boat. You can do it. You're a champ. Hey, there we go. We'll let that unload, and that should complete this mission without any difficulty. It's fantastic. There we go. That mission is complete. Hooray! So we just need to wait for the script to go ahead and give us a replacement. Fingers crossed it'll be something that we haven't done yet, so we can actually put in some new infrastructure. That would be very nice. Always takes a little bit for that to come in. I'm not sure if having the game running or paused or anything would make any difference. I guess we could pause it and see if that helps. Gives the script less to be worrying about at the time. Should help, but I don't know if it actually will or not. Or maybe it's just going slow because I'm staring at it. Maybe I should, look away from my screen for a minute and see if it... that whole watch pot never boils thing, right? See if that helps. It doesn't seem to be making any real difference. Alright, so be it. Well, I guess we could try closing it and reopening it. Well, it finally delivered the message that it was complete. How about a message? There's a new one. Okay. So this is goods to Trabro, which is not a city we have. Fantastic. And it looks like with this refinery right here and some oil rigs right here, I think it's going to be oil-based goods. So we'll bring some oil up to here, and the goods over to here, unless I see something better. There's a steel option there, but I don't see anything nearby, so looks like we are going to be doing tankers again. Okay, well what I'm going to do then is I'm going to call this an episode here, and off camera I'm going to figure out how to make a proper canal aqueduct setup so I don't have to carve out the landscape and destroy all that. Because I'm sure I shouldn't have to pay $500,000 to destroy a landscape when I could just spend a few thousand on canals. So, but I will do that off camera, so at the beginning of the next episode I'll come back and we'll have the start of that set up. So I look forward to seeing you guys then, and I hope you've enjoyed being with me today, and we'll see you on the other side.